Hello and welcome to the Curtis Walker Podcast. If this is your first time here, understand this immediately. This is not entertainment. This is not a hustle culture. This is not AI speculation. I'm not going to get into any of that. This podcast exists to give you a strategic advantage in life and in your career. In a world that is changing faster than most people are willing to admit. My name is Curtis Walker. And my mission is simply this: to help people take their desire for life, their plan for their career, and blend it with AI to create leverage, clarity, and momentum. This show is about intentional design, not random motivation. We start with the basics, such as what you want your life to look like, and what kind of work actually fits your strengths. And here's a big one. And how to stop drifting inside systems you didn't design. Then and only then, we bring in AI as a force multiplier. Now, how powerful does that sound? So, let me set the expectation and make it very clear for you. This podcast will challenge you to stop asking, how do I work harder? And it's going to push you to start asking, how do I design my life? And then use AI to accelerate it. We're going to break down, we're going to deconstruct outdated career thinking. And then we're going to start replacing grind with systems, and we're going to replace guesswork with clarity. We're going to replace fear of AI with mastery of it. Now, let that grab your attention here, because there are a lot of people out there who've been talking to me, who have been telling me they fear AI because it's going to take their life and their job away. And here's something that most people miss. You already own the most powerful leverage device in the history of mankind. It is not your laptop. It's not the degree that you have hanging on the wall. And it's not the corner office that you have. It's the device that sits right there in your pocket. It's your cell phone. So we're going to be drilling in on how to use AI with your cell phone, something that you have with you all the time, and give you leverage over your day and over your life situation. Now, most people use their phone to scroll, to consume, and they also react to different posts and everything, chimes, whistles, bells, notification. They use their phone to escape. That's not an accident. It's purely by design. But here's the honest truth. Your phone can either be a distraction machine or a life architecture tool. With AI, your phone becomes with AI, your phone becomes a strategist, a researcher, a content engine, a planning assistant, and a decision amplifier. From the same device people use to numb themselves, you can design your career, build income streams, and also learn high-value skills, automate thinking tasks, and also outpace entire teams. The difference is not excess, it's intention. Now, this podcast is not about AI tricks. These are short little bites that I've put together, and it's about giving you a strategic advantage. Now, AI doesn't replace thinking. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again, but it does amplify it. Garbage in, garbage out. Clarity in, leverage out. When you combine a clear vision, a defined direction, and AI-driven execution, you get to create separation. That's how one person with a phone competes with companies, outpaces their coworkers. They get to build assets faster, and they get to make better decisions. This is what I mean by hacking life, not cheating the system. Now that you understand the mission, now that expectations are clear, let's address the core question of today's episode. Why do hardworking people stay broke in the age of AI? So let's look at that. They stay broke simply because they work hard on the wrong thing. They use powerful tools passively and never convert effort into leverage. Let's look at the hard truth about hard work. Hard work is a honorable thing. I come from a long line of hardworking people. My mom and dad, they came from a farming community where they learned to work real hard. And when they moved from Alabama to Michigan, they brought that ethic here and they instilled it into their children. So me and all my siblings, we were taught to work hard. But in the age of AI, hard work without leverage is a liability. The market no longer rewards time spent on the job, how much effort, blood, sweat, and tears you pour in, or any sacrifices that you've made. It only rewards systems built, decisions made, and assets that you personally get to deploy. AI didn't break the system, it revealed it. It exposed certain things that we have been doing and work in ways that we have been working that have been a waste and also loaded with friction. Let's now make the mental shift from laborer to architect. This podcast exists to help you make one transition from laborer to architect. Laborers, they use tools. Architects, they design systems. AI turns your phone into a command center, but only if you treat it that way. Otherwise, it will simply keep you entertained while others, they accelerate, they work past you. Now, how painful does that feel to think about? If this episode has challenged you, and I hope it did, that's the main point. This podcast isn't about comfort. It is about capacity. So here's your challenge. Listen to this episode again, this time with intention. Share it with one other person who wants AI as an edge and AI to give them an edge in life. And if you're ready to stop drifting and start designing, join us inside the Forge community. There's going to be a link below. So let me tell you about the Forge community and what that is. Forge is actually an acronym. I had to come up with a modality or a way to teach this. And so I'm going to break down what Forge means. The F in Forge stands for focus. This is something that a lot of people, they don't protect. They don't protect their attention. They don't eliminate their distractions. And they don't aim their mind with intentionality. So in order to forge, you have to have focus. The next part of Forge is O, which is ownership, where you take responsibility for your thoughts, your choices, and your identity. The R in Forge is resilience, where you develop strength under pressure and you establish emotional stability with disciplined thinking. The G in Forge is for growth, where identity expands through challenges and intentional practices. And the E in Forge is execution, because without action, you don't actually get to shape your destiny. So you've got to take action on stuff. So let me close with this. I know that many of you listening right now want to understand and take advantage of AI, but you're struggling with where to begin. Not because you're incapable, but because your attention is already stretched. Your time feels fragmented, and most explanations make things feel more complex, not less. I faced the same tension in my own life. Trying to stay focused, trying to manage time effectively, trying to figure out how to use AI without adding more mental load. So instead of chasing tools, I worked on designing a simple step, one that uses intelligent automation to reduce decision, protect focus, and create leverage. I put together a quick and easy training that shows you how to set this up step by step. No overwhelm, no hype, just a clear starting point that puts you on a path to gaining an edge in the AI revolution. Simply click the link below. And as always, if this episode gave you clarity, listen to it again. If it describes something you've been silently dealing with, share it with a friend. And if you're ready to stop feeling overwhelmed by technology and start using it with intention, I'll see you on the inside. So let's keep forging.